When a child struggles with math, the instinct is often to stare at the red ink on their exam and tell them to study more. But a score like 60% offers no mechanical insight. It acts as an alarm bell confirming a failure occurred without identifying the specific mathematical process that broke down. The standard response to that alarm is broad, unfocused general revision. Parents sit their kids down at the kitchen table for exhausting, hours-long study sessions that review entire chapters at a time. The friction at that kitchen table rarely comes from a lack of intelligence. It comes from a highly specific, invisible learning block hidden somewhere in the material. Treating a bad grade as the primary problem leads to broad, repetitive revision that often covers material the student has already mastered. In mathematics, a root cause is a precise, fixable misunderstanding. It is a faulty gear in a larger machine, rather than a sign of overall incompetence in the subject. This flowchart shows the structural difference between a traditional pass-fail exam and a diagnostic root cause analysis. An exam stops at the block. A diagnostic path branches out to locate the exact node where the logic broke down. Isolating that specific node removes the emotion from the equation. It identifies the exact point of failure, turning a vague academic struggle into a specific, manageable task. To find those invisible blocks, GetYourTutors built the free Learning Gaps Assessment. This system maps every incorrect calculation to a specific underlying mathematical misconception. A student failing a geometry test often understands the basic arithmetic, but they are mistakenly applying the perimeter formula to find the area. Knowing that exact conceptual difference allows a parent or tutor to immediately pivot. You stop reviewing the multiplication tables and start clarifying the physical difference between an edge and a surface. Uncovering these hidden misconceptions is the required first step for permanently repairing a student's foundational knowledge. The assessment covers all core mathematical topics expected for students in Year 1 through Year 10. It takes about 10 minutes to complete. The questions feature progressive difficulty to test the limits of the student's understanding, and anyone can take it entirely for free with no login required. To ensure the data matches actual classroom expectations, the questions are strictly aligned with both the British and UAE school curricula. This radar chart shows the platform's primary output, an instant, individualized learning profile that cleanly separates strong subjects from current gaps. This immediate, data-driven feedback removes all guesswork. Parents have a clear view of exactly what their child needs. The data is only as good as the strategy you apply to it. The first step is actively acknowledging the topics marked strong to build confidence and maintain student motivation. The second step requires restraint. Resist the urge to fix all the errors simultaneously. Select just one foundational weak area to target. If the profile shows gaps in multiple categories, prioritize the base layer. You have to rebuild basic number skills before you can attempt to fix algebra. Once you select that topic, dedicate 2 to 3 weeks of highly focused practice solely to resolving that single, isolated misconception. A disciplined, single-focus approach accelerates learning far faster than scattered studying across 3 different chapters. After 4 to 6 weeks of targeted work, have your child retake the free diagnostic to measure their concrete progress. If certain gaps persist despite your best efforts, you now have a highly precise data set to hand over to a professional GetYourTutors educator in Dubai who can step in with targeted intervention. Shifting from generic test frustration to a targeted diagnostic strategy ensures that every minute a student spends studying actually moves them forward.